Hello again, it's me. As there is not much to be described that has happened this week, and because I'm doing the vlog a day early to make sure it gets done on the off chance that tomorrow's a nice enough day to go out, this will be quite short. There is a bonus section at the end with something completely different that may or may not interest you. Let's get going. On Monday, I went to the library to take some books back, and came back with loads more. I did various pantomime-related things, including diagrams for the sets, make-up specifics lists, and fixing the banner design. I also had a staging meeting in the evening. On Tuesday, I made various adjustments to stuff discussed in the staging meeting. And I also realised that most of my vlog videos were in the film and animation category rather than the people and blogs one. Maybe I'll get some more views now. On Wednesday, I had lots of jobs to do, and by the end of it had got quite a lot of them done, but had to add more to the list, so it looks like I haven't done anything at all. Also had a meeting about the choreography for the pantomime evening, which went very well. On Thursday, we were thinking of going to Legoland, but decided against it. I also took some photos of this spider in the bathroom. I don't know why it likes our shower, but it seems to for some reason. We're thinking of going to the Hollywood Steam Museum for their Halloween fairground at night on Saturday 21st of October, but we're hoping to get a couple of visits in before then as well. This week, I read Glade, The Dragons of Wayward Crescent, and Danger by Moonlight. Okay, I haven't finished Danger by Moonlight. I was so close. But I don't think finishing it will change my opinion much on it, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm trying to read 2 books a week, but I do want to be able to enjoy them, so I've decided not to put myself under too much pressure to do this, and some books are a lot more dense or lengthy than others anyway. I started off the week reading a completely different book, which I'm about 3/4 of the way through, so I haven't read as little as it looks. Not that much to say about the book today either, I'm afraid. Glade is an enjoyable simple read with a nice concept about clay dragons becoming real, very good for young children. Danger by Moonlight is an interesting, nice quick read. There are literally no boring bits in this book. It is quite relaxing and does not judge characters for their actions. It's written a little bit like a fairy tale, but with a small amount more character backstory and development. As there isn't much content this time, but it would be too much for one video, I decided to try something extra. A little discussion about a piece of writing which would be a story or script, fan or original. I talk about what I would do differently if I rewrote it. This could potentially be a short, separate mini-series if it came to anything. The thing I'm going to talk about is my first official fanfiction, A Bug's Life Less a Bug. A story about the plot of the movie, A Bug's Life, if the character Dot did not exist. It is slightly more lengthy than videos in the series would be, as there's a lot more than most stories to talk about. There are links in the description to the story and its extended ending. I won't actually write any more fanfiction, so won't write it. In the case of fanfiction, writing it again is entirely hypothetical. If this type of thing doesn't interest you, feel free to switch off and tune in on Saturday for the next vlog installment. So, yeah, bye to anyone who's going.
First of all, I'd like to apologise for the sound quality in this and the previous video. I'd forgot to change the microphone options on the webcam, so it was using its own microphone rather than the one I had plugged in. So, I'm going to go through the movie plot line and essentially explain what would be changed in it, but also comment on what would be different in the fanfiction. The way I see it, the reason the fanfiction didn't work as well as it could was because of an incorrect balance between what would have actually been different in the world, what the creators would have done differently to keep the story, and Atta's perspective. First thing I would do, though, is cut all the fan characters, as they are not really needed. One of the worst things about the fanfiction is that Petal could easily be seen as a Dot replacement character, even though that was never intended. Also, with the edits I would be doing, they wouldn't really be needed anymore. The second thing to mention before I talk about the plot is Atta's character. I believe she would be more impulsive because she won't have needed to become the responsible elder sister for Dot. She would also be a bit more rebellious and insecure for similar reasons, and feel more isolated because she would feel the colony is more against her. This would be because she would lack the relationship with her sister, and because of the results of her slight impulsivity on the colony. However, she would also have a bit more rapport with Flick from the beginning because she could identify with him more. In summary, the main difference with the relationship between Flick and Atta is they would end up being closer, and Atta being much more sympathetic from the get-go. Atta also would be conflict between her feelings for Flick and her duty to the colony. A lot of things happen the same way because while Atta has feelings for Flick earlier, and more deeply, this is offset by her impulsiveness. Sorry to cut it off here, but I suddenly realised while writing the stuff down that putting the whole thing in here would make the video much longer than I anticipated. I'm also aware that long videos sometimes put off a lot of viewers from even starting. If you do want to hear the story, there is a link to a video with the whole thing in the description. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave me a comment and I might make more content like this. If you like my vlogs, subscribe or leave a like. See you later.